Hey, greetings and salutations. I'm Big Brother. Welcome to Shootin the Breeze, where me and Flippin' Mike just sit around and shoot the shizba. Uh, Mike said he wasn't feeling that great, and he's going to bypass today. He's not going to show up. Uh, Hope he gets to feeling better soon. Uh, yeah. Next week's our game. Um, they've only got like 3 more sessions, and they should be done. Um I want to give a shout out to Nady Pie. Uh, Him and Backroad Bitter Chuck. Go check out their channels. They're trying to raise money for Nate so he can help supplement his income because when you're injured, federal government deems it necessary to take away most of your pay. Because, yeah, uh, I just want to wish Nate the best. He's a great guy. Uh, Hopefully, he's using that money towards a disability lawyer so he can help fund, help take care of things the right way. Uh, yeah, so here I am chilling. I just got news today that a good friend, my best friend, my only living friend, uh, that's close to me, not through video, got jumped. He was getting gas, and when he walked back out, he got jumped by 2 masked men. Um, yeah, he got beat up pretty good, but this guy, no, he's a fighter. You don't mess with him, and they learned the hard way not to mess with him. He admits that he got his ass stomped on, uh, but they didn't get his money, and they didn't get the keys from his for his car. Uh, yeah, it didn't happen in a great neighborhood. Projects were behind the gas station, where he got jumped. There were some the gas attendant and another person that was pulling up to get gas jumped out and chased these people away and helped up my buddy Glenn. And I'm gonna probably cut this video short unless I can get some people up in here. Maybe I can get Roman to come up in here. I shot him some message on the Instagram, but I don't think he uses it. I think he just has it. Um, there's a lot of people out there like that. I don't think I use it the way it's intended, but I do use it. Um, yeah. So, what y'all got going on? I hope your sales are up. Uh, I don't really want to talk eBay. I don't. I do it all the time. I'm back to doing it all the time. I don't have a whole lot of stuff in my store. But I gotta be careful about how much money I make in a month, or the government will take away my money. And yeah, kind of stupid. But apparently, I have to live at poverty levels to in order to get paid. Because if you didn't know, I'm disabled. Uh, yeah, I just say that I can't sit down for long periods of time, and I can't not stand up for long periods of time. I've also often joked that if I could go through life at a lean, then everything would be great. Uh, I'm quite hungry. 4 o'clock my time. Everybody's bailing on me today. All my friends are getting beat up. Here I sit, all whiny and stuff. Actually, I'm getting prepared for next week game every other Sunday. Not this Sunday, obviously. there's a game that goes on, uh, Dungeons and Dragons style. It's not really Dungeons and Dragons rules, but if I had to explain it, it would be like that Lord of the Rings kind of thing, just without all the great visual effects. But I'm also working on that. But I want to wait until all of our sessions are done. And I've been working with stop animation, stop motion camera work. I've got plenty of figures, little minis, laying around, and if I don't, I can always make them. Uh, and do the crafting work. Uh, I use my skills as a reseller to help further my crafting work. Like, let's see, I picked this up at an auction. This was in a lot of stuff, a bunch of little models, terrain. Uh, Somebody was a war gamer at one time, apparently, and I scored a bunch of little lead figurines, which I've already sold off through eBay, made all my money back, and then some, which is the ultimate goal. And I've kept these other things. These, let's say, 20 Mule Team. Just look up 20 Mule Team Borax. And what it was is back when Borax was in the 50s, 60s, you ripped off their box tops, mailed it in, and you get this thing back, and inside is uh, a 20 mule team. There's 2 wagons, a pull wagon, and 8 horses, supposedly, in here. And yeah, it's just, these little plastic model type things. It's made out of styrene plastic. And, comes with the instructions, and they're really bad instructions, but, it's a advertisement piece, so they really didn't put a lot of money into it. I apologize for the sun blaring in, but and it's a beautiful day. You know, 40 degrees in February. It's hot around here. Uh, it's global warming, so yeah, I've been crafting off and on all day. I went out and bought me some air dry clay. I'm gonna use it to form contours on maps. I'll make a dungeon. I got these from Amber and Flippin' Mike, and there was 2 of them. They're turtles. I don't see them as collectible. I see them as usable. What I'm gonna do is take out his weapons. I've got a Dremel that I picked up at auction. I actually have a couple of them laying around. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna take off his weapons. Gonna fix him up. Probably gonna shave his back down. Don't really want him to be a turtle, so I need to get rid of the evidence for a turtle. But the front belt and stuff can stay as I don't know, maybe a hide or a leather something or other. Uh, Armor. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. And then afterwards, I'll spray him down with a primer and paint him up proper. Uh, yeah, I use all these pill bottles from I get scripts, so uh, put some kind of weight in it. Right now, I'm collecting wheat pennies. I got a bunch of them in here as weight, and little stick them, and you stick them on here, and that's how you paint. You can go like this, and they don't fall off, and just like that. So yeah, this stuff is old. I'm gonna have to put some new stick them on there. What's this stuff? Tack and stick. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we're forcing down in there, and then just go with it. I can't list all day, and I don't have TV. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV in a long time. Uh, probably. I got turned off to watching TV about halfway through the Trump administration, mostly because of the Trump administration. Or no, that's not true. Mostly because of the media. Yeah, that's it. um, yeah. So I just stopped watching TV. So what's that been? 4 years. So I've got Netflix, and at the time I had Disney and Hulu, and well, the only thing I still have is Netflix. I get that through my T-Mobile. Uh, yeah, so it's one of the perks of having T-Mobile currently. I'm not paying anything extra for it. Like they said that the rates went up everywhere to, I don't know, $15 a month or whatever, or they have Netflix now with ads. Who the hell needs that? I got YouTube. And honestly, when I'm running new YouTube, I've got, I don't know. I've got this thing called Ad Blocker, uBlock Origin. I don't know if you can still get it, but it does pretty well. I don't see ads. And, I apologize if you're monetized. I don't see them. You know, if I like you enough, I'll turn off my uBlock Origin and watch your ads because I know those ads help. But typically, no. The reason I stopped watching TV altogether is because of all the commercials and the ads. I just the corporations, they're taking over, and you guys see it every day on the news. I catch news through the social media enough. All the points that are talked about most apparently. Like the derailment in Ohio. Let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah, Ohio, much like the top 2/3 of Indiana, it's a big producer of things that supply the Midwest. Now I know for a fact that Indiana, most of the corn that comes out of Indiana is feed corn or seed corn, which means it's not human consumption corn. Feed corn goes to feeding the cattle, and seed corn is I'm not sure. Huh. Um, it just gets turned into seed again and plowed up and plowed down. But I know Ohio has the edible corn that goes into the cornstarch, which I honestly think we can do a lot less of, but it's in everything we eat, so it's kind of late now. Uh, the corporations, they're just going to keep on keeping on. I think that if the government were to actually come down on them and say, hey, fork out a couple $1 billion, they'd do it easily. And then they'd lay off even more people. And then they'd jack up their rates even more. And they'd be okay with it. Too much of this corporation crap has got to stop. We live in a capitalist society. But look, there's got to be some limits. But there aren't any. The rich companies and the rich people just keep on riching, and meanwhile the rest of us eat their shit. Yep, that's what it is. Get a little sick of that. I'm approaching 60, and my views on things definitely have evolved over the years, and I think they always change. Shows that you're human when they always change. Doesn't matter really what age you are, but right now you're let's just, if you're in your 20s, 30s, your political affiliations right now might not be the same in another 10 to 20 years. If you think you're going to be a staunch Republican or Dem, then, that might change in the next 20 years. It depends on what's going on with the country. It depends on what's going on with you. It depends on what kind of uh, group of friends you hang out with because, some people might kick you to the curb if you're one side or the other, which means they're not really friends, by the way. Yeah, so this guy Glenn, who's my best friend, we definitely do not see eye to eye as far as politics goes. And I think he'd be somewhat of a social pariah too. So, I'm getting a reply. Let's see. I'm gonna ask. Oh my God, Andy. Woo woo woo. Oh my God. Oh my God, with the cat. Okay, she must not know I'm live, or maybe she's working. My hustlers. I want to give a shout out to those two, Greg and oh my God, I can't remember her name. Such a bad person. Let's see, so maybe I can talk her into coming on, but I doubt it. She's got her own channel. She does her own thing. My cat, I swear. She's coming over. It's 4 o'clock my time. She's coming over to let me know that it's time to feed her. And she's going to sit here and keep going back and forth because it irritates me. Oh. Roman, you out there, buddy? Come on out. Oh. So, yeah, here I am. And let's see if I can figure out how to do the social stuff. Let's see, my channel. Yeah. Channel. Yeah. Ooh. Where is? Where is? Yeah, so where is? Greetings to that one person that's watching, by the way. Oh, yeah, that one person's me. Ha ha. I'd like to give a shout out to Big Bro watching the channel. Thanks. Hey, buddy, give us a thumbs up. Let's see. If I could figure out. Oh, old guy trying to figure things out. Look out. Shootin the Breeze one view videos about. Well. You on YouTube. There we go. All right, so if I don't get any bites pretty soon, what I'm going to do is say to watch others. Yeah, share. That's what I want to do. Share chats. I guess I do it there. Mm-hmm. Yo, what's up? What's that, Gary? Yeah, I can't figure this shit out. So, whew. Uh, ooh, All right, so what else am I doing? Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, I want to reach out there. I've gone through some of your stores. If I don't mind supporting the other YouTube e-bears out there, or just e-bears. You don't really have to be a YouTuber. Although I wouldn't know any other way of how I would know who you are. Yeah, when I was doing my auctions here, I would no longer be doing those auctions, and that's a damn shame. But yeah, I've got comments on that too, but I'll keep those to myself for now. Uh, anyway, I was selling packs of pens, and I've seen people out there have these pens, and they're selling them one at a time, and that's really not the right way to do it unless you have specific pens. Like vintage Parkers or vintage. Gotta have those brand names like paper. Damn it, Bic Double Heart Paper Mates. Uh, they're called double hearts because you can see the two little hearts in the clips. The pen clips that go on your shirt. Uh, you know what a Parker pen looks like because its clip is the arrow. Let's see. I think that's Parker. I'm pretty sure that's Parker. There's sharps. You want to hold on to the old sharps. Bics do the best, in my opinion. It's not always about what's the advertising on the pen, which a lot of people assume that's it. That's not it at all. It's the fact that you have maybe you got one of those vintage pens. Oh, Cross does a bit. Yeah, oh, Cross not so much. Not really. You got the gold plated ones. If they're still nice in the box, maybe there's something special about them that maybe it says NASA on them. People go in for that space thing, and since it's a Cross pen, yeah, they're the nice of the cheap brands. Um, oh, Mont Blanc is it? Yeah, good luck finding those people. Like everybody knows about Mont Blanc, and if you don't know about them, go look them up. Mont. I think maybe an E on it, and then Blanc, Blanc, French for blank Mont, whatever the Mont is. Maybe Mount, maybe it's White Mountain or Invisible something. But all just the run of the mill pens that aren't special. Yeah, those are advertising based things. As I peer through this, I have funky, big ass pens. These pens that have the prescriptions on them, like this says Cozair potassium tablets or whatever. I've actually met people that collect all the prescriptions. Why? I don't know. They couldn't really answer that question either, but it is a thing to go for because a lot of these prescriptions, they change names because they change corporations, it gets sold off, or and maybe FDA says, no, can't sell those anymore because that guy's starting to look like a chicken or something. Yeah. Oh, looky here. Here, I've got a Toys R Us Times Square pen in there. That might be worth something because that's a Toys R Us. I might have to open this up and take that out of there. Uh, anyway, I'm going to be selling packs of these pens. There's at least 50. I probably try to throw about 60 of them in a lot, and I'm just going to be chucking them out there for like I don't know, $7.95, maybe $10. Hello, Journey. How you doing today? Yeah. So here's not all pens are worth the money. I also have some pencils in here. I'm probably gonna open these all up, take the pencils out. I'm keeping all the pencils off to the side. I'm getting close to 100 of them. If I ever get up to that 100 amount, I'll throw them all out there, and just get rid of them. I'm in the process of getting everything out of my house. So, hello, Cheesehead. How you doing? Jeff? Everybody go check out Jeff's channel. Go ahead and drop your links in there, guys. Knock yourself out. If anybody wants to come up here and hang out with me, you're more than welcome to. Let me... well, how do I do that, big bro? Well, ding. Okay, well, there's that. You guys want to come hang out, you're more than welcome to. As always. Just that Mike's not around, so we can't talk Lego today. Darn. I don't know. I bought some. I attended Angie's auction last night, and some of the stuff that I sold at my auction and stuff that Mike sold at his auction wound up in her auction. She always gets more money than she pays, which means she's doing it right. Of course, she also has like 60 people watching her auctions. And she's a lot prettier than I am, and I understand that. So, yeah. Ooh, hey, yeah, you want to talk about somebody with a confusing inventory set? To me, it's confusing. Jeff, I know you did it in one of your videos how you set it up, but man, I don't know. Maybe if you set it slower, I could understand it. I don't know. It, I just mark my shoe boxes and stuff. L1, LS1, LS standing for little shit. Or I got a BS over there. It stands for big stuff or big, you know. Yeah, yeah. It's easy for you. You've been doing it. It's your stuff. Uh, it's easy for me to pet my cat because it's my cat, but somebody else gets it. Mm-mm. So it's that kind of thing. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm thinking about dumping all the social media, but I like doing the videos. Yeah. I have to go back and watch that video again where you explained it because yeah, I don't need to understand it, but anything I watch, I mean, might be a great system. Maybe I want to adopt that system and use it in my house other than uh, putting it in room number 2, thing number 3. Yeah, that's a license plate number, man. Uh, here. Yeah, that's a license plate number. 23rd of Feb, 19. Wait, so you bought it in 1901? I mean, what? And let's see, that puts you at the age of, it's a well aged cheese. Hey, everybody's got their own inventory system. Since I'm mostly going to ephemera, I can actually uh, get everything on one shelf, which means I'll have extra shelves. I do like the origami shelves, even though they're expensive. Oof. But I have one of these big plastic fit together shelves that holds like 200 each, 200, 100, and I think they said 170 pounds. But it's the plain old Brad. Listed on February 19th, 2020. Oh, 19th. Oh, so you put your listing date on there. Well, should have known my stuff would be put away if I had to put a listing date on it. First item I listed that day. Hmm. February 19th. Oh, I understand. Okay. Now it makes sense. Light bulb. Bing. Okay. Hmm. Okay, well, if it works for you, knock yourself out. Considering I'm as I peer around the house, stuff that I've had since I was like 4 and 5 years old, I'm gonna get rid of. Like my original careers games, or I know the masterpiece game is a money maker. Or my original, those are worth money because of the artwork on them. Uh, so why do you need to know how long it's been listed? That's my first question. Well, it's probably not my first question, but yeah, okay. SKUs are important. I agree totally. That's why I have LS1, LS2, LS3. I think resellers that just have a lot of stuff. I have lost stuff before that I've sold, and that's never going to happen again. It's happened to me twice in the now more than 10 years I've been reselling, and hmm, it it gets to me. It really does. I would hate it if I were to order something and somebody said, "Hey, man, I broke it," or "I can't find it." I would be understanding of it, but I still wouldn't like it. And so, I try and put myself in the buyer's shoes. I try and treat the buyer like a person should be treated. I'm not a corporation. So, yeah. And I just pride myself on being the best seller that I can be. If I got to pay an extra dollar or two for shipping to make sure something gets somewhere, I'll do it. Believe me, I'm not losing money on the deal. So, hmm. Yeah, I'm still doing the end and relist thing. So, you know, uh, hey Roman, hey Roman, you use your Instagram. I've shot you a couple of messages, invited you over to be a guest today if you want. Since Mike's not going to be here, I need a pretty face up there, Roman. How about you? Yeah. Oh, okay, cat. Mmm. Here, if you want to pop in, that is a good idea to know when to make offers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have 3,000 things listed. Maybe 6 or 7 years ago I did. I most definitely did. I have over 5,000 things listed. I'm not going to be that kind of seller anymore. Yeah, take your time, Roman. I'm here. Um. Hmm. Let me see if I can keep up with chat. Oh. Hi, Roman. Give me a couple of minutes to take all the time. There we go. Yeah, yeah. I can see. Oh, um, yeah. Cat's just gonna sit here and bug me incessantly until I go put some stuff in her food bowl. Uh, I was gonna say something and then something furry got in the way. Oh yeah, I won a contest on Bear Hardcore Pickers channel. Two of us entered, two of us left. One man enter, one man leave. And he had a bunch of stuff that was stuff that you would get in the quarter slots from a long time ago, meaning vintage. A lot of, it's the weird one-off stuff. Like here's the puffy stickers of Duran Duran. Ooh, oh Simon. Oh, friendship bracelets, hogs. I got hogs. Oh my god. some generic Mexican anime knockoff things. Uh, hmm, porcelain plates, which is something I sell. Here's some mouthpieces, weird things, chewing on cockroaches or mouth shut. Um, these things right here, I'm going to be putting out a video on them, but I had to go to one of my guys, one of my clients, to ask him what these were, and Bear had very little information on them, so I reached out to my client who collects 70s and 80s TV show merchandise, memorabilia, and yeah, and so I got the slammers in there too, so I could actually have a game. Remember, you had the slammers and throw them down on the pogs.
Stop,
Whoop.
man. Hey, guys. How's
Ah,
everyone?
pretty face. My ratings will go up.
Yeah, mine too. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. You know how people they don't look at faces no more. So, how's everyone doing?
I'm doing all right. Hey, I've been going through your store. I got you saved as a seller that I look at.
That's good, man. Thanks.
Uh,
I have nothing good in my store, guys.
well, I question some of your prices, but you do you, man. Um,
Yeah, I got some of the prices I have, which is kind of high, man, on some stuff, and some of the prices. I actually have some stuff that I don't know if I need to take out or keep it because I got a
I,
bunch of garbage.
I was
In
gonna make you an offer on one thing you had if you're interested in selling them.
what kind of thing?
You have some metal miniatures in there from you got them listed as Dungeons and Dragons metal figures. They're
Oh,
wanting
I
like
know.
$6 a piece. They're good luck selling them for that.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. There are. I know which ones you're talking about. Those were like. I think those are something like that, right? Those types.
yeah, yeah, the ones that you got marked as Ralpartha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I sold. You know why? Actually, I actually kind of decided to sell certain ones separately because I sold two of them for a decent amount. I had like one that sold for almost $50, and
yeah,
there was another one I sold recently, I think for like $10. But the rest of them, um, they had some issues. Like couple had like broken parts, like broken swords or like weapons. Like this one has a broken something on right here. See, it's supposed to have like a sword, holding a sword.
uh,
But
I, I've been playing D&D since the '80s, since the game came out, right? And I've got those things laying all over my house, but I don't resell them. I actually use them, and it's one of my saved searches. I just bought a bunch of metal miniatures a few days ago. I spent $100 on about 40 of them. So
yeah, those actually I got at the online auction. I bid on an online auction. There were like 20 maybe of those, and I paid like I think $10 for
yeah, that's
like
a good price.
for
That's
the
a good
whole
price.
bag because I didn't know specifically what they were originally. I had to research them because I um I kind of didn't know specifically if they are for specific game or like they were vintage, so I didn't know. So I decided to kind of take a chance,
Mm-hmm.
and there was one bigger one that I got
Oh
sold
my.
right sold right away when I got them like last year for like almost $50. I don't remember. It was some kind of like snake, like snake creature. I don't remember which what the name was, but it was kind of more desirable compared to other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So all other ones are like the ones that you've seen listed in my eBay store. Um,
Yeah, I think I've seen about 7 of them.
yeah, there was one I recently sold actually. Another one I sold recently for like maybe $10. I don't know, $8 plus shipping. But I should have lotted them up. I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
want them, man, I can. I mean, you can buy them. I mean, it's no problem.
Well, you put them together and you tell me what you want for them.
You,
I
you,
know what their
you
value
can have
is.
this one too. It's broken.
I'll take them broken. I repair them, fix them, kit bash them.
Yeah,
So kit bashing is
I
where you take broken pieces and make something else out of them. So
that's no problem, and I can probably see like how many I have left right now. I think I have 7 maybe left.
I went through your store. I was seeing what you were doing with the pens and stuff.
Some pens I listed separately. Some pens I lotted up all together. Same
Hmm.
with uh, same with photographs that I got, black and white vintage photos. I lotted some
Oh
up.
yeah, you got those, didn't you?
Yeah, I lotted them up. I researched some of them. They are saturated. Not really specific ones. You can always try to kind of list them separately and wait, but they're not fast sellers. Similar as any type of stuff like maps.
Yeah, you got to sell that stuff in bulk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
usually
you'll do better with your metal miniatures. You'll do better with the pens. I mean, I was just talking to nobody about the what to do with the pens because I've sold so many, and I still have like 7,000 of them laying around.
yeah.
So
I got those still that I didn't list yet. Those are the ones I got from you. Those
yeah, see, I'd like put those two together since they're kind of the same. You know,
yeah, I
there's a
will. I
new
didn't get to
baby and
them.
a
There is another
short.
one. I didn't get to them yet. I already listed all the stuff that I got from you, basically, except maybe those.
The hotel one. I would have put it out there by itself, and you did.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
that's a $5-6 pen. Period.
Yeah, Razorbacks. Like this is from Arkansas. Razorbacks team. This is a ballpoint. There, most of them are ballpoint pens anyway. They're not
Yeah,
fountain, but
I
they're
don't think there was
actually,
any quill.
yeah. They some of them like Schaefer. There were some Schaefer. The
Really?
ones that you sent were Schaefer pens.
Mm.
They had Schaefer brand right on the clip, on a pocket clip here.
Yeah, I'm surprised I let those go by.
Well, they actually, I researched them to tell you the truth. I thought they actually sell. I actually checked Terapeak. There is one listing currently that the guy has. He listed all those Schaefer sports pants in a lot, and I listed them separately. As my style of listing some things is kind of crazy, but that's me. That's kind of the way I do some stuff is kind of unusual. But I will do that even though I know that it's not gonna probably sell fast. I know some of that stuff will take long time to
Yeah,
sell,
yeah, yeah. They will
and I don't mind it specifically
because they're
because
small.
I don't, like I said, if I had something like big invested, like if I would invest a lot of money in something, yeah, I would try to sell it as fast as I can to get my money back and make profit. But if it's something like I didn't spend a lot of money or invest a lot of money in something, I will wait a little bit, and then I do a lot of those sales in my store,
Yeah, I
and I
noticed.
do I send offers. So like
Yeah, every day.
this weekend I actually last week was really bad for me, to tell you the truth. I didn't sell a lot of stuff last week, like at all. Yesterday and the day before were actually not really great, but it was not bad. Like I sold like maybe 6 things yesterday and 6 things today already. Not a lot like small stuff, like smalls. I would call them smalls because I sold a bunch of media, my favorite category.
Yeah, but I see you go to the bins. I'm there when you're doing your live. So is
Yeah.
that stuff go on Amazon or do you put that on eBay?
I actually put it on eBay yesterday. I spent the problem with that, big bro, is that I take a risk in buying certain things from that store because, for example, yesterday I got a video card from the bins, which was actually not a bad video card. It was like high end type, not really like with a lot of memory, but it was selling for around like $60, new open box. And on Friday, everything in that store is $14. So I paid $14 with the risk that this video card probably may not work or it may work. So it's like 50-50 chance. So in this case, yesterday I tested it, it didn't work. So I kind of lost $14 and I listed it for parts just to get my money back. Because if it was working, I would have listed it for $60 and it would have sold really fast because sell-through rate is good on those video cards. Similar with like any type of computer motherboards, I just take a risk because the problem is
Yeah,
with with video cards, motherboards, and hard drives and stuff like that that I find at the bins. I cannot fully test it right there because
right.
you cannot plug it in into a computer. So the only way for them to test stuff is just plug it in through like power outlet and run and see if it turns on. But video cards, motherboards, memory, you'll not be able to test it.
Well, you've got the technical know-how. Once you create something and make $1 million off of that, so resellers can test that stuff.
Man, that's actually if those types of stores. I actually told the guy when I went on Friday to the testing station. I told the guy like actually the woman who was actually checking my stuff. As you know, I cannot open anything in that store. They actually throw you out. So I cannot open any boxes. I have to take it to the testing station, and they open it
Hmm.
for me. And they take everything out, all the like contents, the cables. And I told the person who was checking my stuff on Friday, I said, why don't you guys get like a computer, like a desktop? And if someone buys a video card or like any type of computer part that you can plug in into a computer to see at least if it's gonna at least work. And that person, the woman that was there working, she said they're not gonna do it because that's why this type of stuff is kind of cheap. Where actually I can tell you that $14 for a broken motherboard or a video card is not like really, I would say, I mean, it's not a lot of money. I mean, you can lose $14 and then, I mean, it's not like, 50, 40. It's still like kind of bites you in the end because if you keep buying this kind of stuff and it doesn't work, I mean, you kind of lose it unless you sell it for the same amount on eBay for parts. So
Yeah,
I
scrap.
listed, yeah, I listed it for parts yesterday. That video card I listed like for $9 plus shipping. So if it sells, I'll get my money back anyway. And basically, I'm not gonna be in a profit after fees and shipping. So I mean, but
I've
at
kept
least,
all my old motherboards and my old graphic cards around, and I have no idea why, because they're old for a reason. And, computers really don't have that, let's buy it, it's vintage thing, unless it's like, Windows 3.1, which I still got my computer around for that. But, uh,
yeah. And actually, the other problem is like, for example, on Fridays they usually restock. So you saw my lives. There were a bunch of resellers. So what happens is on Friday, most resellers go there, and unless you're like first line, what they do, they got like every Friday there's a bunch of people coming in. They open up at 8 a.m. in the morning, so all the people get there by at least 7:30. So they break people into like 4 to 5 lines, and then each line gets like a token they pull out from the bag. I mean, not each line, each person. Each person, the manager goes with a bag, like the bags that you pull out certain like prizes, and they put like tokens with numbers in the bag. Each line has its number. So basically, line number one, line number two, line number three, line number four. So this week I pulled out number one, which was line number one. So after they pull out all the numbers, they divide each line into like lines: line one, line two, line three, line four. And after they do it, they go back and take another bag and they pull out which line goes in first. So if they pull out two, then line number two goes in first. If they pull out three first, then line number three goes in first. And then after line three goes in, then they pull out the next number. So this week, my line number one was last one. So we went in last. And a lot of the times, by the time you get in, even though it's not that long, by the time you get in, already a lot of good stuff. Resellers that see it, they get it right away from the bins. So when you go in last, you basically have to dig and find stuff underneath, or just go like into different bins. It's just kind of a interesting idea, but you know, this week I found some decent stuff. I found a couple phones which I listed already, a couple of like cordless. There was a Panasonic and VTech. They both sold comps are around like new open box. They were new open box. Sold comps are around $60. So like if they're gonna sell after I spent $14 each, I mean I'll still make decent profit. It's like it's kind of you go there and you never know what you're gonna find. That's the thing. Like one week I found something that sold for over $100 right away, and I mean it was working. But one week I found I went on a $10 day. One like Saturday was a $10 day, and I found like a box of those monoxide carbon alarms, like four of them in a
Yeah.
box. You
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about? It's like
Yeah.
monoxide detectors, and I didn't even pull them out because I opened the box, and they were in like red type of bags, and I looked at them and they looked like new. So like I kind of another stupid mistake. Sometimes I wouldn't like, even though I already was burned on one of the things from there that didn't work. I didn't check because I thought those things they don't need power. So why would I plug them in? Because they are just attaching to the ceiling. So anyway, I sold it for $69 because this box was four of them, was like a contractor pack, and it's being used by people who install them. And what happened was I sent it. The guy bought it for like $69 plus shipping. I shipped it, and like when he got it next day, he sent me a message with photos saying that they were discharged, meaning someone basically turn them like the other way, and there is like a switch where you basically take out the sticker and you turn it with your screwdriver, and what it means, you cannot use them anymore. So what he told me is that someone bought them before from Amazon, and they basically did bait and switch. They took out the working, they got working ones, they took the non-working ones, and they discharged them, put them back into the box, and shipped them to Amazon for refund. And they put everything back like it was new, like the bags and the paperwork, everything. And I didn't. My mistake was I didn't test. I mean, I didn't pull them out to see. You can see it clearly right on the bottom that the
Yeah.
sticker was removed. So if I would have pulled them out, I would have noticed it right in the store when I was taking it to testing station. But I didn't, so that's why. But the buyer was good enough. I mean, kind enough not to leave me negative. He could have left me a negative easily. He would have been right.
There are three Goodwill bins within 10 miles of me, three of them. And they're big, they're massive. They're like take up a whole block kind of Goodwills. Every time I go by there, it's full, and I've actually went in once just to see what a Goodwill bin place was like. Yeah, no, I'm gonna wind up punching somebody.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
man, believe me, this place similar, man. To tell you the truth, I last this week when I went there and I went live on StreamYard, before I actually went live, they brought out a new cart of things to that into that store.
Hmm.
Man, I couldn't even. There was like 2 seconds. I looked like behind me, and the people just jumped that cart in like a second, and I could not even get to it because everyone is blocking each other out. So you cannot, unless you throw someone away. That's the only way for you to go see what's inside, because you cannot, I mean, physically look into the bin because they're like flies going like around it.
Yeah. You're one of those flies now. Come on.
Man, exactly. That's what, and I can tell you that actually 2 weeks ago they threw out 10 people because one person jumped over another person, like completely jumped, like jumped from the floor into the bin over his shoulder. And they threw the guy out. There was security. They threw him out. And when they throw you out, they only throw you out for 1 day. So basically, you're out of the store for a day, and next day you can come back. But the problem is they don't let you buy what you already found. So if you had a full cart of stuff and they throw you out, you cannot buy it. You have to leave the cart. And all other people go to that cart right away because you found, I mean, decent stuff. They see it, and you cannot do anything. And I already saw
Just
one
grab the
person.
cart.
Yeah, they're like, he got a good stuff. He got a good stuff, and that person cannot get it because he has to leave the store. And I
How many
mean,
times you been thrown out, Roman?
I haven't been thrown out yet,
You're a
actually.
nice guy, huh?
With my emotional state that I'm actually already used to this environment, I already know that if they're gonna bring out new card, I will just go, and I know exactly where they put it. So I will stand, like they tell you to stand 6 feet back from the cart until manager tells you to go, and everyone gathers around and waiting for that employee or manager to say go. And like you see people's eyes, man, you see in people's eyes how like people are crazy looking at the card, man. I'm like, it's crazy. It's similar to Goodwill Beans, similar, very similar, because I've been at Goodwill Beans, but the Goodwill Beans are the merchandise is actually not that good in terms of value compared to Amazon returns, because Amazon returns you get like something in the bins that's worth $100 right away. So I mean, you never know if it's gonna work or not, but at least you're gonna jump and get it, and then you're gonna spend like $14. If it works, you got $100. You know, it's like
Hmm.
the journey is saying, I knew a bar like that that would throw you out of one for one night and let you come back. Yeah, I mean that's a rule. I mean, it's some bars they do it. Some bars actually don't allow you come back. I've
I
seen
was
that.
a bouncer for a little while. I know how it works.
Man, I've been thrown out of the club a couple times in
Yeah,
downtown, so I already know
yeah.
they don't let you.
I'd be lying to say that I never been heaved out of a bar. I cleared the sidewalk out front and actually landed in the parking lot, and they called the cops, and I hid in
Man,
the
they
parking.
actually in those places like bars, nightclubs, those bouncers, they're supposed not to allow you something to do inside of the establishment. That's why their job is to throw you out of the establishment as soon as possible,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
they don't want any problems and lawsuits, because if something happens on that ground, then that person can sue them. But that's why they take them out right away.
Yeah, I was a bouncer. I worked in a really bad place. Well, I guess it was a good place, but it saw fights maybe two times an hour.
Man,
Yep.
that's crazy. That's like I've seen that happen too, man. That's that's kind of what happens, especially in my old. I mean, now I rarely go to any of those places. Before, when I was in my 20s, a lot of times, like every week, I would end up with some kind of trouble. But those Amazon bins, to tell you the truth, I already saw like at least since I've been going there, they threw out at least 100 people already because of
Damn.
how people behave. Like not considerate at all. Like they will just things that things in a bin. They don't even know what's inside the boxes sometimes. They just grab something, and it just kind of it creates such like environment where a person doesn't even know what's in the bin, what's in the box, and they will just grab something, you know.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I come when I go to the auctions. Not everybody is considerate, to say the least. I mean, I've come across people that are just downright rude, and you want to punch them, but you can't.
yes, you can. That's the thing. That's what I usually my like I said, I'm very emotional, and a lot of the times my friend reseller who goes to the bins with me, he always tells me to just walk away because
Hmm.
of problem that people jump. You wanna punch because you cannot. I mean, people are so crazy. They hit you from the back, even like you standing there and they jump on you, over you. It's like crazy.
I'm old enough now that I don't take mm, I don't take shit. Yeah, I'll say something to your face.
Yeah, I will
I
say
don't
stuff. Yeah,
care.
I said stuff to one actually person already a couple times. I see that person there all the time, and actually there was a woman there that actually is very rude. Always she tries to sneak in and do some kind of tricky stuff, and grab stuff from someone else's cart. And I've seen that happen already. So
Yeah.
it's very rude type of behavior.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but
you
that's what
think you
happens
could?
in those stores.
Would you
That's what
make
happens.
any money if you were a nice guy? Is the question.
Exactly, that's the thing. I mean, that's why in those bin places, it's like for resellers, it's like a war zone. You're
Yeah.
going in there to just, your mentality changes that you need to grab something which is not, I mean, something, not everything, but something that that can sell for a decent amount. I mean, you can keep grabbing bunch of stuff, but if you see something and you see someone else jumping over you, you better grab it first, because actually last week I think I was slow when they brought out a new bin and there was a guy who grabbed some kind of I think Pioneer. There were like Pioneer headphones, and I checked comps later on for this model, and it was selling for almost $150. So
Damn.
he was like we were standing next to each other, and I didn't see that. I saw the box, but he grabbed it really fast. I was like, in my mind, I was like going for it, but I wasn't fast enough. So
Yeah, you just stick with that new return stuff. There's a place up the street that sells pallets returns. They're from Target or Amazon or whatever.
yeah, we
Bulldog
have
Liquidators, I think.
right now in Cleveland, we got already at least five Amazon bin stores. There is another one that originally the guy was selling Target and Walmart returns, but now since he got competition from that store where I go to, he switched to Amazon.
Hmm.
So he also started selling Amazon returns because he was losing customers. So basically, now there are a bunch of different ones where I can go to, especially now. I mean, since it's still winter, before garage sale season starts, and where it's like more of a kind of environment in garage sales where it's not as bad as bins. You go to garage sale, you find stuff, you don't fight anyone. You know,
Well, as warm as our winter's been, hopefully we'll have an early spring. You know what I'm saying? So we can get out and
man,
garage sale.
our weather today is so nice. I didn't go anywhere.
Hmm.
It's like 50 something degrees today,
Yeah, you
most
and
of
I
the
got the
time.
same weather, dude. So, you know.
Yeah, check this out. I sold this. I actually was about to go live myself today. I may go live later on after your live.
Well,
I
that might
sold.
be pretty soon. I'm going to have to bug out here in probably another 20 minutes.
Check this out. I sold this cleaver.
Oh, wow.
It's a good brand. If you guys find this, this is Joyce Chen. It's
Hmm.
like really, man. It's so sharp. It's made in Japan, so it's like stainless steel Joyce Chen cleaver with a wooden handle. So it's like really nice. It's sold for. Let me see how much it's sold for. It sold for 17.99 plus shipping. So like I paid maybe 50 cents for it. So 17.99 plus 11.99 shipping for this. So if you find Joyce Chan cleaver, I mean some cleavers sell for decent amounts.
Yeah,
Some cleavers,
I've sold a
especially,
Damascus cleaver before, but I sold it for over $100 because it was a Damascus blade, right? So
yeah. Well, some of those I didn't even know that much in terms of value because of brands that I'm not familiar with yet.
hmm
But if you research it enough, if there's
yep.
enough time, like with anything, like with ephemera, with all the stuff, you can make decent amount. Like this guy I sold today also. This one, big bro, you probably know this guy. Look at that. This is a Teenage
Turtle.
Mutant Ninja Turtle vintage one. This is a gardener. I think it's called. Let me see the name. Where he's at? Right here. Um, Let me find him because he actually didn't. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but they sell if you find them. Older
Yeah.
ones, not newer ones.
I have no idea what a TMNT is there.
Oh, it's called Vintage Farmer Mike. So this is Vintage Farmer Mike, and this guy is, I think, from
92, 93, probably.
yeah, somewhere.
94.
Yeah, in that. Actually, I can see right here. Where is my loop? 93.
Yeah.
So this guy is from 1993. He sold for $14.39
14.99. Yeah. Yep, that's
plus
what they go
five
for.
plus $5 shipping. So by himself.
Yeah, I've sold a lot of I've sold a lot of toys from that era. Yeah.
But also the interesting part about him is if you're gonna find him with like he's supposed to have some kind of
Break.
tools
hmm
or some kind of car. I think he has like a truck. If you find them complete with a truck, they actually can bring decent money. This particular one was a truck.
If you
So
sell them right and you keep your listings fresh, as in I always preach and in relist, if you can keep them fresh, then you can sell them easy,
oh, there you
honestly.
go.
Even broken.
Just sold the toner that I got at those bins for 59 bucks.
So
Yeah,
you can't go wrong there.
yeah, the toner I can tell you those sell fast. Actually, those types of things like genuine, especially genuine. If you find a genuine one, they sell fast. And then if you price it like if you price it correctly, it sells really fast. Sell through rate is through the roof.
I think it's interesting that there's so many of us. We source so many different ways. I mean, there's what people in California they can like do garage sales all year round. So and I do auctions. You do bins. I know you do all kinds of things. I've seen your
Yeah,
videos.
yeah,
But but we all have that same goal, and a lot of times we'll come across the same stuff. So
yeah. Actually, it's something interesting that I'm actually getting into a little bit. I know it's not a lot of money, but I want to learn a little bit about it. And I know it's really saturated. It's sports trading cards. I already sold three last couple days. I sold Walter Payton NFL card for $6. It
it's good.
wasn't it wasn't graded. It was just a card in a box, but it was
Well,
just you know
get them graded by Beckett. Don't get them graded by any other company, or they're not worth anything.
I
There you
know
go.
I
And
know that.
PSA does them, and people say, "Oh, PSA is okay." No, it's not. If you want top dollar, Beckett or nothing.
Yeah,
So
that's what I heard about them. And Walter Payton actually, I knew that I checked some comps on a therapy for him, and even not graded, he was selling for like that card was selling for around $4 to $9 in that range.
yeah,
So I had two of them, already sold one. So that's not, and the shipping is really cheap. I mean, you ship it with standard envelope, eBay standard envelope for like 60 cents.
yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't done that yet.
And I
I
got
got
more.
I I got these that I've won in raffles off of other YouTubers. They're PSA graded Pokemon cards, but because it's graded by PSA, which is not really who you want them graded by. So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
I've got a lot. I've got a lot of comics. I stopped selling my comics on an auction because I figured that I could probably get $20 to $40 a piece for them instead of two. So, I'm
comics.
gonna
Yeah,
send them off. It costs $150, but as long
yeah,
as you
comics,
send ones
comics.
that are gonna get you the money, it's worth it.
Yeah, comics are interesting subject. I actually not. That's one of the fields or categories that I'm not that knowledgeable yet in. So I'm trying to learn about it. Here's
Well,
a good card right here. This
I
is
was yeah,
that's Dan Shula.
yeah,
This is a coach for
Miami
Miami
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yeah, if you see it, it's from NFL Pro Set.
I think I was that big when he was coach.
Yeah, here he is. Yeah, I don't list this one yet. I will list it probably. See how much it can bring. Probably around maybe $4. But the thing is, it's not a lot of huge money, of course. But if you sell a card that's like you don't have much invested in for like $5 plus, like say, I charge for a standard envelope, I charge $1.99 for shipping because I paid for the top loader. I got those top loaders right here that I put the card in, and I got sleeves, and I got an envelope. So you have to consider it in your shipping price. So like even though the shipping price for 1 ounce for standard eBay envelope is 60 cents, you have to kind of think about how much you spend on this top loaders, on the sleeves, and stuff like that.
I don't know about what Beckett cost, but I do know about what CCG cost, and that's the people you want to grade your comics or your non-sport cards. Those are the top of the line. They're the most expensive, but that's what collectors look for is the
Yeah,
CGC market. So
exactly. Yeah,
you can
yeah.
have Beckett grade your comics, you can have PSA grade your comics. They'll be cheaper, but as a collector, I'm selling to the collector. That's how I get top dollar.
And
So
collectors usually, if they buy the card cheap, they're gonna send it to get it graded, and they're gonna sell it for much more money eventually.
mm,
That's an idea. Like this guy, remember that guy? This guy, I think he passed away. This is Tony Gwynn from
yeah, I don't know.
San Diego Padres. I think he passed away. I don't remember, but this actually was a good set. This is from 1991 baseball final edition set. It's got some really good players in there. There's like a bunch of Hall of Famers. Ken Griffey right here.
Yeah, Ken Griffey Sr. Yeah.
This guy Ricky Henderson from Oakland A's. All Hall of Famers.
You
Like
know, 5 years ago,
this guy
almost
Frank
in a
Levin.
month, I'd go to auctions and I'd see the packs of cards still sealed, the whole packs, and they were selling for $2 to $5 for the whole packs. 5 years later, now you can get like $5 for one card out of that. It's just ridiculous
Actually,
how
that
weird the market moves up and down. And
exact
as
man.
a reseller, you have to play to that market. You have to catch that wave.
Exactly, man. That's the thing about it. Like, for example, like some of those I see here, like all of them are already, of course, in Hall of Fame, which is unbelievable. Like some of the careers, some certain players from this stack, there is like bunch of Hall of Famers. Andre Dawson, Bobby Bonilla, if you remember that guy, that was a powerful player. He,
I'm a football guy. I don't know much baseball unless you're talking 1980 Cincinnati Reds. I went to
yeah,
a few of those games. So
your guys remember this team. This used to be Montreal Expos.
yeah, the Expos.
Yeah, this guy, they had some really good Hall of Famers on Montreal teams. This is some kind of Ivan Calderon. Don't remember him, but I got NFL players too, man. I got
Yeah.
NFL stuff. Like you probably remember that guy, Big Bro, for sure. This is a
Well, if
Hall of
you can pull
Famer.
out something from the mid '70s, yeah, I can probably remember that guy.
This is Dan Faust from
Oh,
San Diego.
Fouts, yeah.
from San Diego Chargers,
Yeah.
quarterback. And here's another card with him. This is AFC All Pro. This is by Tops.
Yeah, I used to play the games on the back of those with my friends when I was a kid. We didn't care about the condition. That wasn't a thing when you're a kid. We played with them, right? Stuck them in
Yeah,
our back pockets and all that shit.
yeah, man, that was good old days, man. When the world was normal. Not like
And I
now.
didn't have to worry about taking care of bills. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you guys know this guy. This is Michael Jordan from North Carolina. This is his when he still was in North Carolina.
I've had a few North Carolina Michael Jordans, and they didn't sell as well as
No,
his Chicago Bull ones.
no. Michael Jordan is so saturated. Unless you find like specific one. I mean, there are many of them. Kobe Bryant, same way. And I find that constantly when people, like those specs. See, I think I told you about this sign right here. This is actually, I bought it a couple years ago. This is a Panini Chronicles Draft Picks NFL.
Panini, yeah.
Yeah, some of
I
those
know the
cards that,
name.
yeah, some of those cards that I got here, they were really decent players. I think I shown it to you before. This Trevor Lawrence right here, the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback. He's from Clemson. So I think I've shown it to you guys. But I know some of them actually, the refractor ones and some other ones that are kind of higher value that I used to kind of research, but I didn't list them yet. Kind of trying to see if it's worth listing them or not. Maybe keep it for now. You know.
I found a Star Trek Borg PC game. I was about ready to plug it into my computer, see if it worked. It
Wow,
might
that's
it
actually
might
old.
be really it might be too old for it to work, honestly, but I'm kind of hoping that's the case, honestly.
That's actually really interesting. That's interesting stuff. If you get certain PC games that are really valuable, you can sell them for really good money. Like PC games right now, especially international, for some reason, through global shipping.
Yeah,
I, I've been,
I think you're a few. I think you're a fool if you don't ship globally. I mean, I've always thought that. I want more eyes on the product. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, man, especially right now, for some reason, certain things, when you use global shipping, you can sell much more stuff.
Yeah,
Even though it's kind of pricey for buyers, they have to pay for their like customs fees,
yeah.
some
You can
shipping.
actually do better through pirate ship for the customer, and
Yeah,
filling out the custom stuff isn't really all that difficult. But if I'm going through eBay, I just it gets to Kentucky, it's out of your hands. You know,
man,
it.
exactly. That's safest way. The safest way to do it through
Mhm.
global. If you want to use pirate ship first class international, unless it's something that you didn't spend a lot of money on and you kind of not afraid
Yeah,
that it will get lost or something
or
will
you
happen.
care. Yeah,
Yeah, then of course you can do it. But if it's something expensive, I would not recommend using pirate ship.
I've lost way back in the day when I was shipping big things. I actually started off by shipping huge things that other people wouldn't buy. That's how I made my money. I bought a coffee machine from a gas station that went out of business, and it was a huge thing. I mean, it was massive, and it weighed like 400 or 500 pounds. I shipped it through FedEx. Some guy in California bought it, said he was going to ship it to Japan, and I wound up losing about $200 on the whole thing because of shipping. I had to return it. FedEx screwed me, is what happened. But uh, from now on, if I don't buy big things like that to ship international, I'm just going to tell you, if it weighs more than 20 pounds, it doesn't get put on the global scene unless I know I can make a lot of money on it. And
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
the
like
thing.
$1,000. I'm not talking like 100.
Yeah, man, that's a very important thing to actually consider because I mean you're gonna lose money in a product
You're gonna lose your
altogether.
ass.
Like yesterday, I had a really bad day. Like uh, I had a return. I mean, it's not really like it was kind of in a way where that's like didn't happen to me in a while. Where I sent a vintage telephone. It was by a company called Paramount. It's one of those candlestick phones, and the guy got it and it broke. Like the top of that candlestick was this hanging on I don't know what it's called, but the part of it basically plastic. It was not really like high end. It was a cheap plastic one, but this thing broke. So he sent me photos, included the photos when he opened up return, saying it got damaged in shipping, arrived damaged, and I right away I didn't even tell him to return it. I told him to I'll just refund him because there is no point for me to get back this broken thing. So basically, what happened was I opened up a claim on USPS because I shipped it with priority mail, and I get $100 included in insurance with priority mail. So I opened up a claim, included photos that he provided into that claim, and along with the receipt from eBay. And I already in the past I won the insurance money for that kind of stuff because they, if it's not over $100, USPS actually uh, will send you a check. I already have done it in the past, so hopefully I'll get my money back that way. I mean, because the point is that even if I told if I even if I provided him a shipping label because he opened up return request and I had to provide him with a return label to ship it back, I would have lost money on shipping and I would have done with that broken phone. I mean, I could not have listed it. I could have listed it parts for like $10, but there is no point to ship it back and forth. So I gave him a refund of almost $48. So there is nothing I can do about it. It's like
Yeah, that's the price of admission as it is.
that's the
Tuition.
price of doing business, as they say. If you
Yeah.
want to do business, that's kind of and to tell you the truth, I don't know how it broke like that. I mean, I packed it so good in one of those USPS number 7 boxes, the bigger box. And
Yeah.
it had bubble wrap. It had like I put this thing right here on it, this tape or film.
Yeah. Cellophane. Yeah.
I wrapped it around,
Saran
and
wrap.
man, it's still. I think maybe it's possible. Maybe I put too much of a pressure on this. I didn't know. Maybe it kind of they put it in some kind of I don't know. Too like who knows how this happened, but you
Uh,
know.
YouTube. Enough bubble wrap usually isn't enough bubble wrap. Peanuts is usually the best way to go when I ship international. Um, that's just
It wasn't.
personal.
It wasn't. Yeah.
But
It
I've been burnt. Again, I've shipped big bubbles and lots of bubbles, filled it up max so it doesn't shake in the box, and it still gets broken. But if I
yeah.
ship
I
it
mean,
with the peanuts, they don't get broken. So
yeah. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, the thing is, I mean, the problem was that I thought that okay, what am I gonna do? I'll provide him with a return label, then he'll ship it back. I will pay for the return shipping, and I already spent. I think when I shipped it to him, I think I spent it was like around $9 for shipping. So to ship it back, it would have been another $9. So $18 in total shipping back and forth, and this thing is broken. So I mean, what would I have done with it? I mean, I could have relisted it like this with a broken handle. I mean, that's the
so you
thing.
so you do for I really wasn't looking at your shipping stuff on
Yeah, I
your
do. I
store. Do
do.
you do free shipping?
I do free returns, not free shipping.
Ah, okay.
I do. I do free shipping sometimes on very saturated products. Like if there is like if there is gonna be something small, which is like light, like I don't know, like a phone case. like for example, cell phone case, and there are like bunch of them listed, like say over 2,000. I will do free shipping on that because
Yeah.
there is no way it's gonna sell. I mean, I can sell it with like I can list it for like $1 plus 4.99 shipping. It's like criminal.
Yeah, some people out there, man, they're still doing those sneaky things, thinking consumers won't see them. But as a seller, I see them. You know, it's $5 for this, and then you look and it'll say 29.95 shipping. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
man. That's crazy because sometimes, I mean, but also there's certain situations where you're gonna see something big in a box. Like I've seen people ship VCRs with free shipping, like sell VCRs. They have a VCR listed, and then they have free shipping, and that's what I don't understand at all. I never, I never
you can
understood it.
if you ship a lot through I know through UPS, you can get an account with them, a business account. And if you ship a certain kind of box all the time, they'll give you like a VCR, something that'll fit in a VCR. Uh, those things cost like $15 to ship like that. If you use the post office, it's like 20 something, 24, even with eBay's discount. So
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, that's something big. If I
get a
see,
business account. That's all I gotta say.
I mean,
So,
that's every person has their own type of style of how they want to run their
yeah,
eBay stores or sell stuff. You cannot tell anyone to do it certain way. People will
right.
still do it. People will still do it the way they like to do it. And I mean, the certain things I would not understand, like heavy stuff that someone will have free shipping on. That's like crazy.
I don't unless they got it for free and they figured that into the cost, or maybe they're a noob and they don't understand the business end of that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if they got
I
it,
agree. I don't get it how they do it either, but
like those things right here, I actually like get bunch of them from one of my friends, computer guys that repairs computers. This is like a USB thing that you plug in from external hard drive into the case, like external enclosure. This side goes outside the USB part, and this is inside of the drive. This thing sells for 15.99 all the time. Like I sold two of them today, so 15.99 and 15.99. And this is so light. It's like it goes. I can put it in a standard envelope.
do you put the anti-static stuff around those?
Yeah, I got anti-static bags that I sell when I sell computer parts. Not all the time. I've done it when I run out of static bags, anti-static bags. I will just put them into those Ziploc bags, the
Yeah.
regular Ziploc bags. But nothing happened. I mean, that's the thing. Nothing broke so far. So total market was worth 100. It's worth 100. You can do 80 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Jeff is right. I mean, that's the way to do it. And I mean, it doesn't specifically, you know, kind of changes anything in terms of that particular type of reselling or selling. I mean, you kind of think ahead of the total cost of everything. You can do free shipping. It's like that's the way Jeff describes it is the way I do it on smaller things, like smaller light items. I will just consider like certain amount of cost plus, one of those like poly mailer or envelope. Like for example, with cards, like with when I ship the sport cards, I bought bunch of different top loaders, which I've shown you, and those things right here. Um, let's see where it is. Those are sleeves right here. Those are sleeves. I put a card in the sleeve, and then I put it into the top loader for extra
Yeah.
protection. And you have to basically think about how much you spent on supplies to ship it, and then you kind of put the cost of shipping a little bit higher than 60 cents. But one of the people told me one time, why if it's only 1 ounce and you're shipping with standard envelope, it's only 60 cents for 1 ounce. Why are you charging $1.49 or $1.99? And I told them because you have to basically you have to think about time, even though it's not a lot of time you spend on shipping it, but you have to think about supplies
Yeah,
like
supplies. I
top
don't
loaders.
consider my time as a chargeable thing because I
No,
wouldn't be making money if I wasn't spending the time. But that's my view. That's my point of view. So
yeah, but even you have to still think about like if it's something big that you have to spend certain amount of time to properly pack, like something of higher value,
oh
like
yeah.
any type of bigger electronics, like receivers, VCRs, combo units. You have to make sure you package them right. So you kind of already kind of know my process, and I learned it throughout the years, and it doesn't take me a long time. But still you have to consider. You don't just throw it into the box and just tape it and take it to the UPS or FedEx or whatever post office. I mean, that's still it's your time that you spend on doing it. It's like working. Like your
Well,
work.
when you figure out, hopefully you're paying your taxes at the end of the year. You have to put down an hourly. What are you paying yourself, kind of thing.
Exactly, for sure. That's what I do, man, all the time. Every
And,
year.
and my time is worth $35 an hour. If anybody wants to ask, minimum.
Man, my accountant, we've been working with my accountant already for almost over 15 years. So he already knows my eBay process of things. And
Hmm.
I actually keep track. I keep track of everything. I keep track of garage, all the expenses in terms of supplies, cost of goods. So I don't specifically send it to him all the time. I just come prepared, and he just does everything else. So it's like one of those things for accountants when they know you for so many years, they already know what kind of stuff you do. He was actually asking me this year, what about the new rule about the five $600 threshold, which they took out. The IRS took it
Just
out.
600. Yeah.
He asked me about it. He said, "Is it still in effect?" And I told him, "No, they pulled it out. So basically, you don't have to. You don't get the forms from those platforms. You don't get
Yeah. The
W-9.
1099Ks. Yeah.
1099. Yeah, you don't get it because it would have been crazy if you think about it. You think how many people are selling on different platforms. If they
Hmm.
sold one thing for $600, then everyone would have gotten 1099 from different platforms. Like it would have been crazy, you know. I saw that free shipping was a bit risky because if sale gets returned, they'll have to refund all the money. Where if you charge shipping, that's only if you accept free returns. If you do a buyer pays returns,
That would
then
be me.
yeah, that's what Big Bro does. I don't. I actually will do it on bigger products, bulky ones. Smaller, probably not. But if you have free returns, then yes, you will have to pay for the return label also.
Journey,
So,
that only works if the buyer was dumb enough to hit the buyer's remorse excuse,
yeah,
or all they have to do is item not as an INAD, item not as described. If they
INET
do that, then you pay for it. Doesn't matter if you accept it or not.
or
So,
arrived damaged, like I had yesterday. If
hmm,
they select arrived damaged, then you don't get a ding. They're not gonna ding your account. eBay will not ding you, but you will have to provide the return label because the buyer selected arrived damaged, and it's not their fault. That's like you have to deal with your shipping provider and claim it through insurance.
I
You know.
don't do free returns, but what I will do is 30 and 60-day returns, because if you don't get it back by the first 2 or 3 days. Nobody complains you're not going to get it back. Not the stuff I sell anyway.
Yeah,
So
Jeff has a good point. Mine is also around. I used to be right around 2%, but for some reason in January this year, I had some
zero.
returns which were actually not INED returns. I had 4 returns which were changed their mind or didn't fit. Like they will select change their mind or doesn't fit, and every time they will ship it back, I would not refund them their shipping.
Yeah.
So I would deduct the shipping, and I there is no complaints. So the thing is, it doesn't ding your account, but it was just strange that I got like 4 returns when people change their mind or it's selected like doesn't fit. It's like even though there was like I think one item was like I think piece of clothing that I actually had photos with measurements as usual, where people don't look at,
Yeah.
So
After Xmas and before taxes. Yeah, it's called returnuary. So
yeah, January usually, like I said, February yesterday, like I said, was a strange one. That was the first time I had arrived damaged return in probably I don't know 2 years, maybe 3 years. I didn't have one at all. Like it was very unusual. I was like looking at it, and I'm like, how does this have happened? But it happens. You see?
I, um, you know, shipping's not free for me, so why should it be free for you? I charge shipping. I always give them exactly what eBay's giving me. I pass the savings along, but yeah, no, you're gonna pay for it coming back if it's your fault that you ordered something you weren't. And I've always been that way. I've never had any problems with it. So
Yeah, that's the thing. And
maybe I lose a sale compared to say you selling the same thing, but there's enough sellers out there. I'm not gonna sweat it. Or enough buyers out there is what I meant to say. But
yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I mean, right now the sales hopefully will start picking up again because there was like usually I've noticed every year, but it's still like it doesn't matter. I mean, it depends on what kind of stuff you're selling.
yeah, try
Some of the
selling
stuff,
stuff. Yeah, I sell stuff from the 40s and 50s, and I'm steady all throughout the year. I don't see an uptick come Christmas, but I don't see a downtick after Christmas like a lot of people do. So
well, Jeff is right. Sometimes actually I had it happen last year many times when the buyer will open up return and they will not ship it back. So
yeah, because they don't know how.
I already know that for sure because it happened to me many times. But actually, January this year, every buyer that opened up return in January, I had it come back, so they actually shipped it back.
A lot of people are just nervous about, don't know what to do with it, don't know how to do it. So
Even though 2 things that got returned to me, I already sold them again because each person selected they just didn't. There was another reason didn't like it or something, just didn't like it, and I relisted it, and they sold within like next couple days. So I mean, same things, you basically get it back, you relist it, and it sells again. So it's like,
yeah, I don't do partial refunds either. I stopped doing that mess a long time ago.
no, me neither. I haven't. I think I,
Can you just give me $5 off? I don't want to mess with shipping. No, I don't do partial returns. Send it back. I'll give you a full refund. I don't have a problem with that.
if
And then
it,
I never hear from them again.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like rare. It's a rare
So
occurrence when I think I've never actually done it. Don't even remember, you know. But you get returns. That's what eBay. That's what it
yeah,
does.
because
It
people check
doesn't
it.
even. It doesn't even mean eBay. Amazon. If you look at Amazon, look at how many returns you get from Amazon. It's like crazy. Amazon is like I think number one because of you see me go to that store and all those things are Amazon returns, and you see it every week. People returning stuff. Man, your cat is nice, man. My cat is not that nice.
Really, she wants to be fed, so she's just gonna keep going back and forth.
Yeah, my cat is currently actually she went on a balcony. because the weather is nice. So she
Yeah.
loves it. But like I said, with Amazon, it's much more, in my opinion, Amazon is number one when it comes down to returns because
Well, you wouldn't
they
have a place to go to if they weren't.
yeah, I mean there's so much stuff being sold on Amazon, it's crazy.
Well, yeah, yeah, you can afford to build your own rocket. Yeah, you kind of get that,
And
Mr.
that's why
Bezos.
every time go, like I said, this week I spoke to one of their corporate managers
Hmm.
from that Amazon bin store, and he said we're gonna be opening 20 more. And I said, you guys gonna keep opening all over United States? And he's like, yes, because that's kind of a new trend where people would love this kind of shopping, where they're gonna spend only flat price on something,
Yeah,
and it can be anything. It can be a laptop, it can be a tablet, iPhone. I found a phone this week actually, Motorola G. Uh, it's a 5G I think phone for $14. Like it was used because I've noticed that someone already used it. But still, for $14, you get a cell phone. I mean, it's not a bad deal.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't. I see it as being a trend. I mean, people are wise to it. It's like how Walmart started. They're just another form of Walmart. Honestly, lowest prices, cheap electronics. It's
yeah. Walmart.
maybe it's time to stop doing this eBay thing. No, so you know, and open up my own store. But me,
The pricing system. That's what actually attracts people because Friday everything is $14 for each thing, and then it goes down. So like if you go there on a Tuesday, everything is like $5. So you can find something good and pay $5 for it.
yeah,
So yeah,
and
that's
you probably don't have to deal with as many people, resellers.
and yeah, you don't no, not on Tuesdays. Even though there are some that go there because there are a bunch of books, people who sell books,
Yeah, I
they
said,
can go buy books for like $3, $2 that sell for maybe like 20. It's not bad. So I mean, it's kind of interesting idea also. Not just
"Me
books,
neither."
like DVDs and media, vinyls.
Hey Rebecca, buy me some solid green ones so that way I can always have a background on.
In behind, yeah. That's gonna be great.
Hey Roman, man, I'm gonna have to cut this one. It's
All
about
right,
six
man.
o'clock now. Anyway, hey, thanks for hanging out. If you want 2 more weeks to come back, you want to be a regular, you're more than welcome.
Man, no problem. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks, guys.
As pleasure is mine. Hey, everybody else, stay profitable and ta ta for now.
All right, take care, guys. Stay safe. Bye.